let's start this off by talking about this journey. Obviously, the format was a group long ago, and that broke up, and then that's how Fun happened. Talk about that experience, how you went from one band and you switched to make Fun.
It was actually pretty seamless, which is great. I just called both of these guys up. I had actually gotten a call that my old band, The Format, was going to be no longer, and I'd always wanted to work with these two guys. So so when I got the call, I was kind of like, wait, what? We're breaking up? And I was like, hang on. And I feel like I just switched the call over and called both of them and was like, what do you guys think about working on some music? And Andrew and I just booked one-way tickets to Jack's house in New Jersey because I was in Phoenix and Andrew was in Detroit. And we just booked one-way tickets and just started working on the album. And it's kind of just been like that since.
Why Fun? Why the name Fun?
We still haven't figured out a way to answer that because we don't remember. That's the answer.
A good answer.
Yeah, the story is less interesting probably than
Anything.
I was
could
running today and I thought fun, powerful, clever, great. I was thinking like an ad man. I was like
Little, yellow.
poignant. Is that a word?
Little yellow different.
I'm not going to get into the logistics of it, but the period at the end of Fun, there was rumors around that another band had the name Fun, and they were like, no, that's not going to cut it. You guys have to change it, put a period at the end. Is that true?
Yeah.
And equally, it's a story that sounds interesting and then just sort of slides downhill from there. The story goes, watch it happen. There's a Swedish death metal band who were called Fun. They turned out to be a Finnish noise rock band, and they called us and said, you have to change the name. So we added the period.
And there you go. Was it out of spite where you're like, you know what, we're keeping it and we're going to put it?
No, they were kind of totally cool. And then the second part of the story
gets better. The story gets better.
The second
but it
part,
gets worse
then it
after
gets
it
worse
gets
again. The second part is then we found out through some a reporter in Finland that they wrote on their Facebook page that they were going to come pick a band fight. And, within the concept of things getting lost in translation, we didn't know if that meant that it was they're going to come and
and Finnish people
have a pint and laugh.
are tough too.
Yeah, or kill us. And then they didn't. Is the end of that
they
story.
No,
didn't.
then I went on their website and they're like, we actually don't care. We think it's kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah.
They've retracted their statement of fighting?
I don't think there ever was a statement of fighting.
Someone told us there was.
Somebody lied.
Now we lie to you.
It's like that story in high school. Did you see that kid? He fought that kid, and then next thing you know, it's it ends up.
It's a lie.
The kid jumped off a roof or something.
What?
I don't know. I'm getting lost here. So Fun, you guys blew up with the success of We Are Young, absolutely just off the charts, just blew up. Did you expect that when you wrote that song? Did you expect that to happen?
No. There's always anytime you make an album, there's always the people that are close to you tell you that the song's going to be huge, and you kind of we've all learned in our 10 years of making music professionally to kind of tune that out. It did feel a little different this time because we were hearing it from probably the people that know those things better than we would, or our friends and family who've been like, this is going to be huge. And it's no, Mom, you can't predict a single. I think that there was definitely a feeling like things were going to be different, but not what has transpired. I feel like you're my word check today.
Transpired is a word, yeah. Yeah, it's a good one.
There's a third opinion. It is the correct word.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. And then on Glee, I believe they covered it. How do you feel about Glee covering you guys?
I think they do it consistently. They just did some nights too, and they just do such a good job. I don't know how they get the sounds so exact and get the harmonies worked out the way they do, but I think they always do such a good job.
So you weren't angry that a pop?
No,
poppy...
we control that.
Did you?
Yeah. So anytime a band tells you they're angry about Glee doing their song, remember that they got paid for it and they said yes.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Very good point. You followed up We Are Young with Some Nights, which is what your album is called. Recent success on that has been huge as well. Congratulations on that.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
And now the new single, Carry On, which the video was just released. You guys released it on your website just a couple days ago, right?
Maybe. We're out of the loop on a lot of things.
Yeah, okay, well...
Yeah, right before we walked in this room, I sent an email to our manager that was we didn't know about this thing that I'm not going to tell you about. And then come on, pretty much.
Well, Barack Obama is still our president.
No.
It's December.
Our manager didn't tell us that.
So tell us about Carry On, the new single. What's it about? The feel, and how does it differ from We Are Young and Some Nights? Is it a different sound? Did you want to go anywhere different with it?
I think that it's the very tug at the heartstrings type of song on the album. Lyrically, I think it's one of my favorites. Where We Are Young was kind of instantly catchy, and Some Nights had this kind of up-tempo weight to it. I think that Carry On is very appropriately just a little bit of both. It's got that weight and it's got that anthemic feel. And it's one of our, like, I think collectively between the three of us, like one of our two favorite songs on the album. So we're really just like happy that that it's doing what it is, which it's already off to a great start.
You get that on iTunes, ournameisfun.com too as well. You can pick it up. Also on the album, Some Nights. We're live on G105.com and newrock95x.com. It's Tyler with the band Fun, and tell us about the Saturday Night Live experience in the beginning of the month. How was that? That's a huge honor.
That was crazy. Well, it was also in the middle of Superstorm Sandy.
Yeah, Superstorm. He's right.
There's a third opinion. He is correct.
Well said.
A fresh bit we got going.
I know. It was crazy to see how much Saturday Night Live, I think for us, was we never expected, I think in our careers when we started this band, to ever have a number one song or anything like that. It wasn't in, I think by the time you're 15 and you're making music and you're playing in like punk rock shows and whatnot, you just think that as a rock band you're never going to have that level of commercial success. So you kind of just like write that off. And I think in the goals that we had set as a band, probably the highest goal was to play Saturday Night Live. So so that was such an incredible thing in the first place. But to show up after all the Superstorm Sandy mess and see how much they put into the show, the cast members, how much Louis C.K. put into hosting the show, it was just like, I mean, it just made it that much better, that much more amazing. And it's so cool to see, like, you know, it's essentially they're writing 10 songs a week and rehearsing them and doing all that stuff. Like that's so much more than we do. So to just show up and play and like see how thankful they were for that was pretty amazing.
That's good. That's an awesome story. A couple questions from the audience here that we have. Kathy and Hunter, where do you get most of the inspiration for your songs? Like, where does that come from?
I think just like mainly everyday life type of things. Lyrically, it's all very, for the most part, very personal, and so it's weird sometimes to I feel like I sound like I talk like that kid from what was that? What was he?
2.5 Men.
Yep.
He's right.
Yeah. As a third opinion, you do sound a little bit like him, even though the things you're saying don't suck.
Are a little less crazy.
Yeah, I'm in contract with this band. I think it's filth, but I'm in contract. If I leave, they'll shoot me.
Lyrically, it's filth. There are curse words in songs. Sorry, got offline.
It's okay. So did I. Forgot the question. your musical, your inspiration.
Yeah, everyday life, except for like trivial things like mowing the lawn.
Right.
When was the last time you mowed the lawn?
Mowed the loon?
Yeah, mowed the lawn.
When was the last time I mowed the lawn?
I don't know.
You guys don't live together, do you?
You spend a lot of time together. I mean, it depends how you define living. Where you pay rent or where you spend every waking second.
Okay. That's true.
Your call.
Do you guys get along really well? Or, I mean,
Yeah.
no?
This one's a bit of a pill right here in the
Do
mornings.
you guys have to be, like, heavily sedated?
Not a morning guy over here. That's a joke.
I woke up at 10 o'clock this morning, and I was like responding to emails, waiting for the two of them to get up forever. Like,
Really? Because at like 1:15, you opened the bus door and you were like, "Arr,
that didn't happen at
I'm
all.
alive."
That didn't happen.
Conflicting stories.
I've been getting up at like 7:30 a.m. Because I've been home for like a week, and then today was the first time I haven't been home to wake up, and I woke up at noon.
Wow.
That happened to me too. Well, because we sleep on a bus, and it's like getting in little coffins, and there's no light or
Right.
there's no suggestion of what time of day it is. So all you know is like you wake up and you look at your phone, and you have no idea if it's 5 a.m. or noon, and it's always noon.
Another question from our audience, Amy. She says she wants to know, what are your major musical influences? In parentheses, it says Queen, ? Because you sound a lot like Freddie Mercury, which is awesome, she says.
Just Queen?
I would say Queen is an influence for sure. It's not something we really talk about very often, and it's certainly not something we really reference when we're writing or recording. But I think we've all listened to them so much that they work their way in one way or another. We do reference the Beatles. We reference Fleetwood Mac. We reference Spoon. Kanye West, Drake.
We reference everything. We really do. There are very few things that are off limits as far as when we work on music and what inspires us. We all just listen to so much different stuff, and I know that everybody says that. It seems cliche, but I don't think that we'd be anywhere without being as open-minded as far as what influenced us musically.
Let's transition into, is there one artist or band that you guys want to work with in the next, when you have free time?
Dead or alive?
Okay.
Yeah, we love you. Spin me right round, baby. Right round.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm going to second
Familiar.
that. Dead or alive.
Lips Incorporated for me.
Okay.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Funky Town. No Justin Bieber collab.
We get this question a lot,
collabs.
and it's one of the few questions that we actually have a sound answer on. That we get a lot because usually it's where the name come from, and we already experienced that together. But
Right.
the answer to that is really that we're so excited to just work within what we have going on. So it's like the idea of collaborating doesn't really come into the mind as much as just getting back into the studio and doing what we do. Collaborations, I think, the way we look at it, they're sort of like just icing on the cake. If you make a song or an album that calls for someone to come in and do this, then cool. But you would never base a project around that. We would never think about the next album and be like, we've had success, now we could bring so and so in. It just stays insular.
I want to bring so and so in to beat them. Just
Ooh.
to physically harm them.
Yeah, let's beat Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
let's do a song together.
Lure him in.
there.
Hey, dude.
Hey, we got raisins in the back.
I love raisins.
We're live on G105.com and NewRock95X.com. It's Tyler with the band Fun. They're going to be at the Ritz tonight. A sold-out show, so it's going to be completely packed and out of control.
It is, and also one thing is that right here is a birthday celebration.
We do have a birthday.
We have
in
a
the
birthday
house.
here.
Yes, we do.
Is it Rachel?
Rachel.
birthday.
Happy birthday!
You just made her day. Life. Eternity.
Hopefully you celebrate the birthday at the show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good way to have a birthday. I don't know, maybe not.
I just want to go back to collaborating really quick, and which it's kind of a side serious question, not serious question. But I did mention Justin Bieber is now back with Selena Gomez. How do you guys feel about that? Anything?
I only hear about this in the form of an interview.
Okay, well.
So yesterday I did an interview and someone told me they broke up.
Yes, they did, and now they're back together.
You have breaking news.
We broke it right
You
here.
broke the news to us.
Yeah.
Another thing we should be bummed our manager didn't tell us.
Yep.
Sorry. Another side piece. Would any of you guys date Lindsay Lohan at all?
Yes.
She just got arrested again this morning.
And Andrew likes the bad girls, and he's married, just to point out.
It's even worse.
The guy who just went, yes.
Even more dangerous. I like that.
Okay. Nate's cracking up. That's funny.
We hate him. Andrew,
Okay.
naturally.
Okay.
I'm excited to see that Elizabeth Taylor thing she did. Did you see the ads for it?
No.
You're
She
actually
looks-
one of the few people that
She
watched
looks
it?
just like Elizabeth Taylor.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, allegedly, she got in a fight because she was trying to hit on Max from The Wanted and another girl.
Which one's he? We met one of them.
He's the bald head guy. He makes out a lot of girls. All
I was
the time.
about to say, is he the extremely beautiful one, which wouldn't help at all.
Have you guys met The Wanted?
They've got wonderful skin.
We met one guy that was really chiseled.
They seriously have immaculate skin.
And they're really nice. They're really friendly.
Does this thing shut off? I think this thing just shut off.
That
Well,
thing's
it
off.
just went quiet. I mean, we're still live, but there
The
you go.
guy that we met was really nice. He approached us, which was rare. No one comes up to us.
But is that like the conversation you
Unless
guys
they're telling
have?
us to leave somewhere.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, are you guys supposed to?
Yeah, you guys got to go.
You're not supposed to be back here.
Yeah.
Like when you meet other artists and celebrities and stuff, like do you guys like, hey, you got wonderful skin, or like, hey, I saw a half naked picture of you on the internet, like
I wouldn't say that.
any awkward run-ins with other artists?
Andrew ran into Lindsay Lohan, and Andrew was with his wife, so that was.
That'd be a whole different story. Question from Twitter. Somebody wanted to ask the question, and I don't know, because it's not my style personally. It's a different type of style. But define what hipster is, and like, do you guys? I mean, I don't think it's an insult in any way. It's a different style. So can any of you define what
These days, a
hipster
hipster
style?
is basically anyone that's like between 20 and 40 and doesn't like listen to like Celine Dion. That's what a hipster means nowadays.
I think he's right.
I'll take that answer.
That's gonna get past that's gonna brush us past the question quicker than for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think when 17 magazine published an MI emo piece with a picture with arrows that pointed to things that make you emo, the idea of any kind of subculture just blew up.
Okay. That's perfect. I was staring into your eyes. I'm sorry. I thought we had a thing for a minute.
You think we're hip?
Yeah, no, I think you got. I love your style. I mean, I can't pull that because, I'm not athletic or not like I can't pull out like tight jeans. Like,
Who's got tight jeans? Nate?
well, Nate's. I mean,
these
they're
aren't
kind of a
jeans.
little. Yeah, they're. I mean,
They're chinos.
These are like big loose painting slacks that I'm in.
I could if I
I'm
could
wearing
pull
a
that
yoga
style
sweater.
off, I totally would.
A yoga sweater? Is that really a yoga?
This is a Lululemon sweatshirt.
That's
Like for
cool.
instance, I had a hat on before I came in, and they're like, "No, you do your hair because you got to kind of like." I would love just to be like, "Hey,
I think part of being hip is just owning your own thing.
Yeah.
Just walking in there and say,
I'm
well,
selling out for the man."
just this is my hat.
Tell them that, and then tell them. Yeah.
Zach Davis sitting back there, my boss.
You can shave
Next
half
time he
your,
says something, that's what I'm gonna go.
That's you tell. Yeah.
I'll be like, Nate from Fun told me. Well, he's. See how creepy he is? He just
This
came
is-
out. He didn't even know he was back there.
What's happening here? This is weird.
It is. The Rockefeller Christmas tree was lit up yesterday, so it's like officially Christmas time. You guys covered Sleigh Ride. You guys put it on your website, ournameisfun.com. Why'd you pick that song? Why Sleigh Ride?
Sleigh Ride is a great song. It's one of the coolest arrangements ever. They actually asked if we would cover that one, and I got really excited about it because I got excited because in school band growing up we used to play that, so I was pretty familiar with the ins and outs of the arrangement in terms of like where the different instruments were moving. So it was not a very far stretch as far as what we might want to do with it.
Perfect. A couple questions from Twitter, and then we'll let you guys get out of here. Babs from Twitter, describe each of you in 3 words.
Streisand?
No, just Babs. I don't know. In 3 words, describe each of you. Can you do that in 3?
Like 3 words each or 3 words
Yeah.
total?
3 words each.
Each. Describe ourselves or describe the next guy?
The next guy. Let's go down the line. So Andrew.
I describe Andrew.
Yeah, in 3 words.
What'd you say? I got a suggestion. I would say, large, crafty, pie maker.
Okay.
In the pie making one sense of the word.
Andrew, Nate, 3 words. Describe.
Hair, lips, pipes.
Hair lips pipes.
Nate, Jack.
Lives in Jersey. That's like an old Indian name too.
Oh, there goes lives in Jersey. Smoking the peace pipe.
Charlotte on Twitter asks, how long can you guys hold your breath? Have you ever tried?
I don't do that kind of thing because you can kill brain cells just by trying.
Really?
Yeah, but maybe Andrew does.
I mean, I used to. I grew up on Lake Michigan, so we used to do all kinds of stupid stuff, like jump off piers and lighthouses into the water, and I don't know how I'm still alive at this point, but I am.
One time I visited Andrew in Michigan, and we went up a really steep cliff. Keep in mind that we're adults. I'm on the bad side of I'm past the bad side of 20. So we were adults jumping off of like sandy cliffs, like being like, I can jump higher. So like that's like, yeah, Andrew would definitely count his breath. He's the type of guy that like, he's a prankster.
One of my favorite pranks ever was when I held my breath.
I'll never forget that one. I was sleeping, and he got right up right next to me and held his breath at 4 in the morning, and then he told me about it the next day. We laughed.
I got you good.
Yeah, he got me.
All right, let's get serious. Last question. Let's get serious. Where does the journey for fun take you guys next? What is the next step for you guys? What do you want to accomplish? Is there anything?
Time off. We would love to accomplish time off this year.
Time off, and I really want to make a next record, soon, because I think, like Jack was saying earlier about collaboration, when you work with guys that you enjoy working with as much as I like working with these guys, it's kind of a bummer to only be able to write like 12 songs once every 2 years. So I hope to get doing that soon and come back strong.
And to kind of hold strong. There's an element of what we do that sort of feels like a lot. It's so great, but there's other elements just based on scheduling and going all over the world and all like the things that come along with that, where it's like it feels like there's like this invisible force trying to beat us down, and we're like constantly fighting it. And that's like a fun process that we get to do together. So to like stay strong and stay ahead of ourselves.
That invisible force has beat me.
I don't know exactly what that means.
It's like when you have done too much. Like, like if you work really hard.
Oh, that's not
and you've
me.
been in the office till like 4 in the morning every day, and you just feel like this like hot feeling on your face,
And all you want to do is wear your hat.
and they won't let you.
Invisible forces beat me.
Everyone's got one in their life.
That's going on my Facebook page.
If you're in school, you really know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Says the creepy man behind the thing.
That was literally an invisible force.
Fun. They're going to be at the Ritz tonight. Sold out show. Doors open at 7 o'clock. The show starts at 8. You can find everything online. ournameisfun.com, right? For you guys?
Correct, yeah.
Twitter accounts. Do you guys have separate or just Our Name Is Fun as you guys use all as one?
There's a bunch of stuff. If you Google it, it's pretty findable. Actually, it's hard to find, so try.
iTunes, you can get their new single, Carry On. We Are Young, Some Nights. Their album, Some Nights, is out. Pick it up. Fun. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
We look forward to seeing you at the show later. Everybody, fun!